Welcome to another edition of Cooking for Two. Today, white chicken chili. No waste, just cook for two. First things first, let's roast a Pablano. Poblanos are an awesome chili. They just have a tough skin that's hard to digest, but it's easy to remove. Put it on your stove, your broiler, your grill, whatever you want to do. Just get that blistered up all over. It's super important that you do this. Once you get it blistered, what we're going to do is we're going to put it inside a plastic baggie for about 15 to 20 minutes. And what that's going to do is it's going to steam and it's going to help that skin just peel right off. See? Already starting to steam. Next, let's do our prep. During the 15 minutes that took, I prepped everything else that's going to go into my chili, so I'm ready to go. First things first, let's get this skin off. It just scrapes right off with a knife. Super easy. Once you get it all cleaned off, I like to do a little slit in the bottom, peel it open sideways, and then remove the seed pod. Once I do that, I am going to take it over the sink, rinse it off, get the rest of the black char off, and get the seeds rinsed out. Anything else that's on top that doesn't look good, just cut right off. I'm going to cut it into super thin strips, and then I'm going to dice it up. I cut it into very thin strips because the Pablano is more meaty than your average chili, so it takes a little longer to soften up. Now, in our just medium stock pot, not even a stock pot, a little saucepan here, I put in a tablespoon of oil, and I'm going to add in there 1/3 of a cup of chopped onion and 1/3 of a cup of my Pablano chilies. I'm going to stir it around. We're just going to cook these until they get softened up some. And to help with that, always add a pinch of salt. It really does help. And then, of course, I like to do a pinch of pepper as well. This is cumin. I will have all the ingredients listed below. Garlic powder, Mexican Oregano, which is important that it's Mexican, some chili flakes, and then I'm going to stir it around. The purpose of this, before I add any liquid, is to heat up those spices so they bloom and they just become fragrant. Once you start smelling them really good, it's ready for liquid. This is a can of diced Hatch green chilies. Everybody knows the best green chilies come out of New Mexico, and the best New Mexican green chilies are Hatch. You just can't beat it. That was a can of chicken broth and some rotisserie chicken. We bought a rotisserie chicken, and I took a cup and a half of it, threw it in there. That's a can of northern beans that I drained and rinsed off. We're going to give this a stir, and then we're going to add a half a can of water. Now that looks like plenty of liquid in there because it's just for two people. So I'm going to slap a lid on it and bring it to a boil and let it cook for about 15 minutes. Here's the secret, y'all. You want to put in just a little bit, and I'm only doing a teaspoon, of cornmeal. Cornmeal, that's right. The cornmeal adds just a little bitty something to the flavor. It also helps thicken it up so it's not like a broth and more like a chili. Trust me on this one, it tastes excellent. I'm going to leave the lid off and let it simmer for about 10-15 minutes. All right, it's been 10 or 15 minutes. So now I'm going to add something that helps it get more of a white color because it is white chicken chili, and something to help it become creamy. Can you guess what it's going to be? If you guessed chunks of cream cheese, you guessed right. Now what this does, it It doesn't really mellow out the flavors as much as it provides a richness and a creaminess to this chili. It's so good. We're just going to stir it around till it melts. If you like this video so far, how about a thumbs up? Also, consider subscribing to my channel. I have a lot of cooking for two videos. That way you don't waste nothing. Just cook for two, and a lot of them have leftovers for the next day. So here's how I serve it up. I put it in a bowl, add a little bit of cheese on top, because what's chili without cheese? Come on. Yum, am I right? But I'm not done. Let's add some sour cream. Just a little dollop. It just is so good. And of course, cilantro. You can't have enough cilantro in my opinion. Cilantro is great in all of Mexican cooking. If you don't like this, then omit it. But, you know, you're missing out. Fresh cilantro. Yum, yum. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day. Hey, check out these other cooking for two videos.